Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay. Welcome. So today I have a video for you on just a difference between how people with Savior FI and people with Savior TE make decisions. I'm also going to get into a little bit of a vent towards the end of some things I FI dislike, but TE do anyway. So we'll get into that too. So here we go, we're gonna hop right into it. Okay, so recently I was having a conversation with someone who had Savior FI, which means in their first and second slot. And as we're having this conversation, which had to do with making some like more financial decisions, some like business related decisions, I realized that as they were talking, they were kind of qualifying the things that they would do or not do based on the amount of enjoyment or fun that it would bring them. And I was just kind of listening for a while and I was thinking to myself, wow, everything that they're saying, it's being held against, is this fun or will I enjoy this? And I was like, huh, that's really interesting. That's definitely an FI related thing. And then I began to think, well, do I ever really make decisions that way? And I realized that I really don't. And if you want to take this to the level of talking about emotions, I don't make a decision based on the fact that it will bring me a positive emotion 90% of the time. Now I still do have FI, it's just third. So I will do things for enjoyment, do things that I like, but I realize that 9 times out of 10, I make decisions based on if they are right or if they are correct according to the situation or what I want to accomplish. Right now, I'm sure I have some of the FI people being like, wait, you make decisions primarily like that? And then I'll have some of the TE people who are going to be like, wait, people don't think like that all of the time? I know, crazy. If I'm being completely honest, a lot of the things that I do every single day are not particularly enjoyable or exciting, but I do them because they are correct and they are the right thing to do based on what I want to accomplish long term in my NI. Decisions serve a function, not an emotion. But then it started to get a little bit dark because I was like, well, what if I really just made decisions based on things I just liked doing all of the time? And now I know no one could do that. And I know there's a lot of people who have FI who use a ton of TE and rationality when making choices. But just go there with me for a second. I was like, what if I actually just made choices based on I like this thing or I don't like it, or this is enjoyable to me, so I'm just going to do it? Like, first of all, I would not get anything done. Second of all, my life would be a complete disaster. And 3, it's not good for anyone. This still got me thinking about, could there be a better balance in my life as it relates to TE and FI? And could I get my FI bumped up a little bit in order to, find more daily enjoyment in the things that I TE have to do? Still not sure, but we'll see. But first, we're going to get to a little FI therapy. So as I was deep diving on this subject, I really realized how many things I do on a regular basis that I just don't like, but I do them because they TE work. I started to really process these things that I will do because it serves a function and not an emotion. So we're going to get into some things that I FI hate, but TE do anyway. All right, so the first thing is social media. And now I have a lot of appreciation, a lot of deep appreciation for social media and its function as a tool in bringing out information quickly and relatively unfiltered information in a lot of instances. So I really do appreciate social media for that. But, however, I don't really appreciate the song and dance that it requires a lot of the time. Now, I realized early on that there could be a great value in establishing some sort of personal brand prior to building something more influential as a person. And so a few years back, I got into Instagram a little bit and some of the other stuff, and well, not really any of the other stuff anymore, but so I was trying to do the thing and I was chugging away and I was like, this serves a function. This can help me build an audience that I could later on use to leverage some other platform I want to use. It can help me get my message out. And if you have a great message, but there's no one there to listen to it, then joke's on you. So I saw the functionality in kind of gaining some sort of social media presence, but I hated it every step of the way, and I still do. And now my posts are much more infrequent and relatively uninspired. But I realized there was a functionality and I kept doing it anyway. And do you know what? I'm just here today to say I hate posting on social media. I hate trying to take pictures of things that really don't mean very much to me or I really don't care about at all. But I'm thinking, okay, someone might like this photo or think it's interesting. I just don't care. And yeah, but I still freaking do it. Positivity comes back. So what could I do to better activate my FI in this situation? How could I shift my perspective to make this task that I dislike and have disliked for years, but still do a little bit better for me? Well, one thing I could do is take time to really internally process the things that actually really do inspire me and try to capture those things in a creative way and attach some sort of message onto it. So that could be something I could do. It requires more effort, but it could be good. The internal processing could be good. So yeah, that's a suggestion to myself. Note taken. All right, the next thing is birthdays and holidays. Already bracing for the tribe hate that it's gonna come on this one. But do you know what? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off quickly, right? So birthdays and holidays, so it's just, there's a lot of time required, and you guys know how I feel about time, and time is our most valuable resource. And there's a lot of time required, and I feel like the forced social interaction of it and kind of like the social expectation of participating and being a part of these things is kind of disingenuous, and that's kind of why I'm just really not that into it. It's not like I hate holidays or I mean, I hate having to participate in them or feeling like there's a social obligation to participate in them. And generally, I kind of more or less just do the bare minimum for those sort of things. And the reason why I do that, the reason why I make it work is because, you know, down the line, I don't want people's perspective of me to be tarnished in some way because of the simple fact that I couldn't participate in something that was valuable to them. Once again, FE is the struggle here. If you guys kind of hear that underlying tone, I don't want to do something a lot of the time just because it's what someone else values, and I'm trying to be better at that. If I need to TE engage this person down the line in some sort of way that will influence something I'm trying to do or trying to accomplish or trying to build or whatever it is, even just the sake of the relationship itself, I don't want that interaction to be tarnished because of the fact I couldn't do something as simple as say happy birthday or, you know, get someone a birthday gift or, you know, something like that. So that's why I still see the importance of doing it because there's a function to it. And that function is the long-term relationship and the value and the leverage of that relationship in the future. So I don't decorate for holidays. I don't do any of that. But it's okay. I don't feel bad about it. And also, I really do like to help people, and I really do like making things work for someone if they need it. And to me, that interaction is so much more valuable because it's like the person may actually need something at that point. And that's when I would love to step in and say, you know, let's try doing something this way, or I can help you in this manner, or come on, like, I'll show you, like, let's do this. And then I'm like, okay, that's a valuable interaction versus like, this is just a socially needed interaction. So yeah, birthdays and holidays, not a fan, sorry guys. So a way that I could activate my FI more on this process is to really be thinking about people in other points of the year, if they're really voicing things that they say are important to them or things that they need, for me to be conscious of those things that I could then use maybe at a birthday or a holiday to fill that social expectation, but also have have the meaning that I'm looking for to contribute to that person as well. So being more conscious of that. Note taken, Lindsay. All right, third thing that I FI dislike is team building, but sometimes it is TE necessary. Listen, I get it. There's a particular kind of people that really need team building exercises because the act of doing it, it creates culture, it creates community, and it creates value for that person, investing it in the people that they work with, or, you know, whatever the situation is. It's really just a huge feeling fest. You know, you want other people to feel valued. You're going to feel valued yourself. We all value each other. It's amazing. To me, once again, time dilemma. We're going to spend a lot of time doing that, and that's going to force me to work longer in other areas, doing things I already needed to be doing. So then it's going to take away time at the end of the day, the things that I really did maybe want to do, and then now that time's just gone. But at the same time, because certain people need these kind of interactions, these team building type things, it is TE necessary, because if you want the team to work efficiently down the road, you have to be accepting of the fact that certain people need these things, and that's just the way that it is. So for the sake of efficiency and the long-term view of the group, sometimes you got to do the team building thing. How to get my FI on board with this subject is it's just acceptance. Accepting that people have these functions that are different than mine. They have this worldview that's different than mine. They have different needs than I do, and I just have to be okay with that if I want the thing to succeed, which I do. But also the next trust fall, you're on your own, buddy. Just kidding, I'll catch you. No, I won't. All right, and the fourth thing that I dislike, but sometimes, very limited times, have to do and participate with anyway, is talking on the phone. Now, if you know me, you know how limited it is. So there are very few instances where a email, a text message, or the 3 times we see each other per year can't take care of communicating that thing. Like very, very few. And those are the ways that I prefer. The thing that I don't like about talking on the phone is that it's considered rude to just hang up on someone, and therefore there is no escape if they just keep talking for a long time. There's been many instances where I've been on a phone call that should have been at max 10 minutes and somehow has just spiraled into a 45-minute mess that I'm just trying to scramble my little way out of. And I don't prefer that. So I generally try to avoid the phone if at all possible. Now, the reason why TE works for some people is the fact that some people need verbal affirmation. They need auditory confirmation of something. That's their way of saying, okay, this person has understood it, they've heard me out, whatever it is, and they can't do it by the visual of just an email or a text message. So for the sake of those people, and for the sake of, once again, the efficiency of the system and what needs to happen for them, I will TE, pick up the phone, make a phone call if I have to. I'm not gonna die, I know that, but I don't like it. I FI don't like it. Yeah. So what could I do to get my FI more on board with this? I was actually thinking about this one a little bit. I was like, do you know what? I just need to make this into a game. So as the person is talking on the phone, I need to be assessing what cognitive function are they using at this very moment. And one, that'll make our communication more efficient while we're on the phone, because I'll be able to specifically address the language that they're using to communicate in terms of the functions that they don't know that they're using. And then 2, it kind of makes it into a puzzle, and puzzles are fun to solve. And so then I can make it into more of a fun activity versus just talking on the phone. So that's what I got. All right, guys, I'm sure there's plenty more things, but that's just kind of, it takes me a while to kind of process these things, like things related to my FI. So I only got 4 deep. So I hope you got something out of this. I hope it brought a little bit of light into just a little bit of the paradigm of how FI will generally make decisions and generally make choices more often, and how TE will make choices more often. And there is no better, there is no right, there's just how I do it and how other people do it. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. The blog related to this topic is linked below for the I Think I Feel blog. And I will see you guys in my next video. How do you make decisions? What are some things you FI hate, but TE do anyway? And also, when you answer that question, let me know what your function stack is. If you don't know what your function stack is, Google it. It's not just a 4-letter MBTI acronym, I promise. So have a great day, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lindsay. You're welcome here. Unless you're a dick, in which case you're not welcome. Just kidding. Hi, friends. Welcome back.